Hello. Well, the Sunday just gone was Pentecost Sunday, and unsurprisingly this week I've been thinking and meditating quite a bit about Pentecost and its meaning for us in our times and our days. Of course, it's a wonderful celebration of the birthday of the church, when the Holy Spirit came down upon God's people to remain with them forever. And we read in the book of Acts that mysterious phenomena of people from all over the world with all different languages, all understanding exactly what was being said, hearing with one mind and one tongue. And do you know, I think at the moment we could really do with hearing with one mind, one tongue, one heart. You see, particularly at the moment, we hear the voice of the politicians. We hear the voice of the scientists. And some of them seem to part company. We hear the voice of our own needs, of our own wants, of our own desires. And we look towards coming out, emerging out of the lockdown, knowing that the coronavirus has not gone, it's still here, and that we need to be very aware of that in our daily times and lives, both for ourselves and for each other. And I wonder, what is the right language for this time that we need to hear? I don't think it's the language of just what I think and what I'll do in my own heart. If I want to go to the beach, forget about everyone around me. I'm going and I'm leaving all of my rubbish there as well. That can't be the language, can it? That can't be this one language. You see, going back to Pentecost, that language was a language of love. And it was that love that unified people. It was the love of God poured out on his people, a way made through by Jesus' death and resurrection. And we have this language, this unity, this common goal, and that language is love. So if our language, as we emerge from being sheltered for some people, being kept inside for others, as we emerge out from isolation and into some semblance of normal daily lives, if our language can be love, how much will that speak to us? And we can do it in such simple ways as well. What if our language is love, so that when we go to a shop, we're patient, we wait for the people in front of us to make their choice of what they're having before we go past them? What if our language of love is to greet our friends, if necessary, wear a face covering, but to greet our friends and still remain that safer distance from each other? What if the language of love is to understand the irritability, perhaps, and the fears that we're living with at the moment? What if our language is forgiveness? What if our language of love is looking out for one another? What if our language of love is thinking we can wait just a little while before we go out and do all of these things that could potentially put others or ourselves at risk and allow that virus to get a foothold again? What if our language of love is to keep in touch with one another, to encourage one another daily, to bless one another? Wouldn't that be a fantastic Pentecost for our times?